Karabelo Raletebele.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Ntate Luloko?
I'm good. Yes, okay. So I just want to know now, okay, because true lady, you are the second lady on the podcast. So I want to know right now why lady title is okay, and I understand it. Okay, it kind of makes you older. Yeah, obviously. I would think, yeah, obviously it's appropriate.
Sometimes it is. Maybe if Eli Bungwana Muyani. Yeah.
I might be Manamunyano when.
I wouldn't know it.
Okay, I might look older, but I'm just a kid. Okay, so we have a tradition on a podcast. E leng hore re kala pele ka hotel.
Okay.
Yes, so I would want us to do that.
Okay.
Otswa kae?
Hamantila Dilane.
Wa jang?
Bohobe.
Wa fuzela kang?
Kametsi ya pula.
Tella he.
Ke thelele ke le motlokwa wa tshotetsi ya lebaka la mogalo wa majojo wa mainela hloka sedibelong motho wa nkgahle le lebaka wa ho se je sengwathana sa maobane.
Well done. Interesting. Interesting. So elore esale ke hantse ke re etsa tradition on a podcast basically. We have sometimes people he spoke for so long and the very same totem but now I kinda knew stanza fela and ke some of the things tse leng hore ha ke nahana ke re okay perhaps why ke ntse ke batla ho tseba from each and every individual hore na what does seboko sa hae mean to them, because sometimes before it used to be ke identity e leng hore motho ona I presenta ka yona ke one of those things tse leng hore motho ona itlhalosa ka tsona pele and in the define le bo charisma, and because also analyst storytelling se embedded in it basically how ka break a lesa how down o tla hlokomela hore yeah perhaps intentionally some of those things narrativating all those things. So when I elore esale onto se tseba kapa esalo o keteletse o se tseba ibile ntona o no le interested o yona kapa basic perspective ya sona ho yona hore na do you feel like or identify haholo mo kapo
as I didn't just really interested ho yona ne ke botse nkgono wa ka gala, that was before she passed. And then yaba chana kwentse ya ke a se lebala, then I asked my dad to remind me hona
okay
seboko saka, because I feel like it's pride. Yeah, to me to know where I'm coming from. Yeah.
Okay, well, why do you feel like you become proud? How it's working now? What's okay?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know.
That's fair. Akhola nahan ni ke nahan. Ha ke tella hona le mo kereng ke mo fukeng.
Okay.
So ha ke tella hona le mo kereng ke mo fukeng wa mogadi wa motlalane malemane thite ka mo eske popoti. So meaning ha ke re ke malema tsela malema thite, so it's like thite, it's kind of like ke mo e leng hore ha o ka re ke konkwa bona land e leng hore it's sort of it harder and it's it harder haholo to even penetrate that land ho go tla o lema in the first place. And ha ke nana ke okay, meaning my ancestors perhaps they might have been farmers. So now ibile it's a bontsha le resilience on but check-in tendency ke discover lately hantse ke trause nahana because go le nna go before ne ke etsa ile ntho fela jena e kang yeah, but then later on I kind of know okay, there's a wisdom embedded in this, and there are stories still longer that are embedded in this totemic praises. Yeah, so anyway, I'm excited that you could make time, and thank you so much for making time today.
And thank you so much, Ntate, for the invitation.
Yeah, thank you.
By the way, should I say Ntate kapa?
Okay. No, nah, anyhow. Yeah, anyhow. Basically, for the most part, ke prefer my last name ke one ke sebedisang haholo.
Okay.
Yeah, so no sonto icho handle, so yeah, okay. That's good. Yes, so I'm quite excited to be talking to you today. Gore, you are one of the people belongre has shaped the fashion industry ka tsela e lengre it's impeccable. Impeccable is the word. Yeah. So the way basically o building your brand haholo ke shebile the category o e choositseng ya elegance and luxury. Ke interested haholo hore now what even got you interested in that space specifically?
Okay. I grew up they used to say and I always told people these. So I love looking good, and I also love making other people look good. So I think my artistic eye just fell on the elegance part of fashion, the couture part of fashion. So I think that's the reason. And also my mom used to be and I used to admire the way she would put pieces together. She was one of those teachers in a small district because so yeah, I think that's where my inspiration comes from.
Okay, interesting. So you sort of you can say you took it from your mom.
I took it from her, even though she wasn't a fashion designer and a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How gala in the fashion industry unosonto o choose the criteria yo kapo like that elegance part of it kapo olaba more experimental before?
Can I say I choose it? Yeah, can I say I choose it because I think when other people were more interested in sporty kind of fashion, like the casual one, that was not where my interest was. I kind of got bored. That part, Nikki, I felt like, let me do it, kids will pass, and that's that. But when it comes to the elegance part of it, I went all out. Yes.
I once came across your work. Valeke ibile kibonore around Boma. It was it last year or this year? Melongo, you went to Ghana to even pursue fashion design, of which I feel like, okay, you were already somebody Anasanta Azava stuff and your work was already credible. So like why did you feel like you needed that? Because some people might say, okay, I already know, so I don't need no school. So why did you take that decision?
I'm a lover of learning, especially learning from people who know better than me. So I knew where I lacked in my industry. I knew I went to Ghana to learn the art of corsetry. And I knew before my corsets are not up to the global standard. If any global celebrity was to come to me about that piece, because it's in fashion now. It has always been in fashion, but I think now you foresee with better standard, and I knew I wouldn't be able to deliver to standard. That is why I went. Yeah.
Okay. So akgola ke some of the things they some people we sometimes overlook those type of things. You can settle for, because you are already known with your beautiful, stunning work, but now some people might feel like but they can settle for that, of which I feel like it's blinding and it's detrimental to even the brand that you build.
I did face, like, I remember telling one of my friends, this is what I want to do. I don't think the standard that I'm at right now is pleasing for me. How lay a fashion designer or somebody who is an art, how you can see it's not giving what I need. So it was like, I already done, it's not like but I knew what I wanted. I knew that I needed my brand to be a global brand. And for that, I need to give global standard. It's in standard is Lesotho.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So interesting. So how when you build your brand, the fashion industry, sometimes I sometimes work with fashion designers, other fashion designers, and as well as the artists as well. And they sometimes they face this thing, okay, ke Lesotho anyway, so who increase le skill level sa hao nako nngwe ba e bona e kare ke ntho e kang there is already not an existing industry it's well respected in that sense, and now if you go to school for the corset, now it means skill levels are house and it means the money might be talking if you charge. So now how you position in the fashion industry, okay, this is my brand and I the way charge, it's not apologetic. So now how did you even get to decide on that brand builder and I'm not going to be settling for less if I can say?
Yes, Hakichara, before I went to Ghana, man, my charges were extremely low. I think it was lack of confidence in my work. I thought everybody but I actually didn't know. I actually didn't know what I was doing. How get in the fashion industry, and that's that. You don't know the business side of fashion. Whatever you learned in high school, body, cash book, board leisure, board journal, udelibates, because you're now getting into the industry. Nahaya henu manang extremely watered down. Now build a business how based on what you found in the market. and ha ke khutla teng ke la ka buleha mahlo, because I didn't just go for the upgrade, yeah, the corsetry art. I learned a little bit about fashion industry, hore na business ya teng e tsamaya jwang. And that's when I got back and I was like, I reshaped my business from there, and ka qalella ho charge the prices batho ba soka ba di utlwa ka hara naha. I lost almost 95% of my clients. It means I qadile clientele ya ka botjha, because wait, you went there uno charge bo 700 mose.
Yeah.
You're coming back, you're telling me that price is 10K. Are you
Right.
okay? So
Yeah.
that was that, and I trusted God for the process. Ke kgutlile Ghana in February. I started charging differently. I lost clients. It was March, April, May, June, July. I didn't have business. Ke ne ke promote literally ne ke ba le di clients hwane le hwane, people who actually understand. It wasn't the same as pele ke tsamaya. Then they started adapting to this new Karabelo, who is now a brand. She's no longer just Karabelo, a human. She's a brand now who knows what she's doing. So yeah, I think kadilo thola clientele ya ka back around August. So yeah.
Interesting. So what are those some of the things that you learned? Like you said, it's not basically the skill, so the corset say when you went there. What are some of those things that were pretty much somehow changed your perspective, how so approach your work after coming back?
I've learned quite a lot on how the fashion business goes. Ne ke sa tsebe hore I have to have a consultation with somebody before art. I would allow walk-ins, and I would give prices without inquiring hore na lesela lena ke bokae, because today you can find hore this material was 500 yesterday. Tomorrow they can tell you it's 700, so you have to inquire about the prices the material before you can tell a client how much the dress is. You have to have consultations, understand hore na client e batlang, especially for people who actually don't know hore na ba batla. Most of them can send you the design so that or inquire ka masela, but right there and then I would give a price of manore ke fane ka price ke tlo roka, and then I'm not getting a profit because ke fumane lesela le nyolile. Now I cannot go back to them and say, listen, musona ha esale 5,000 disele 8,000, right? So yes, I think that's what I've learned. Marketing myself globally, not just you having to think hore ke Lesotho, so ke tlo rekela batho ba Lesotho fela. You have to know hore the world is a marketplace. So I think that's one of those things I've learned. Yeah.
I think the positioning, the brand itself. Now, ke some of those things they're getting how we present ole just Karabelo, not the brand. And I think if I okay, I'm a graphic designer. Somebody is willing to be like, okay, this to design a poster. But how can approach a an agency? Now, I can even charge the consultation even before Kitlo charge the actual work. So I think if Anaka that credibility, of which I feel like most of the people miss that point we sort of downplay ourselves and e ketelletse nako nngwe motho a sa tsebeng a ka nna okay, the industry ya Lesotho perhaps itlana ha ya appreciate eng, but I think most of the time we sometimes like that ability to introspect hore na okay, what am I doing for re batho ba tlo tla ba perceive brand ba ka kapa ba tlo perceive ke le somebody cheap in the industry hore okay, ha ang approacha ke tlo tla ke ba negotiable, and ke hlokometse in so many cases, like for example, if o batla ho tlo lokisa phone ya hao e tshwatlile screen, if o ya mo khukhung o etsang, people feel like okay, I can negotiate, I wanna. And yes, I mean ba negotiate to a lowest point, but how do it o ya shopong e long hore it's established, you know, okay, I'm not going to be negotiating, and ke some of those things tse long hore we overlook, but they are so much important. And I think perception ya hore na batho ba o perceive jwang, I think it's better to shape it yourself, not let other people shape it ka tsela eno by them. Ha ke sheba Lesotho in that sense ke re the standards tsa teng somehow how di sheba hore okay, sentse re le positioned for the longest time le rona ha re sheba the brands, re sheba the economy of a country, like o sheba some of those aspects, o realize okay, sentse re le positioned standard in seno se long hore we do not produce that much as other countries can. I mean, we import almost everything, and some of the things say long like to the tiniest thing, a gumbo toothbrush, you import it. It's like producer ka borona. And it was very interesting wow, somebody from Lesotho basically it's designing for Her Majesty. So ke interested, how did you even be discovered kapa o ketelletse o fihlile to that level?
I put in a whole lot of work to that. I think was it 2017 or 2016, there was this competition in Karabelo KB. I entered that competition for about 4 times, because the catch was that you win 10,000 and then you get to dress Her Majesty. My focus was on Her Majesty because I knew what it can do for my brand. I knew the reputation it can bring, the PR, and I'm like, okay, 10K gaibona, but
but
that's what I want.
Picture.
Yes, there's a bigger picture. I failed those 4 times until about COVID, and I kind of gave up on it because Niki rappel each and every day. So I'm gonna put in something that how le motto, you have to understand the position of God in your life. Horena modimo sebetsa around you, and I realized in my life I'm not somebody who competes to get what they want. God calls me to and years later, I think it was 2022, not 22, 23, somewhere there, I saw somebody abuile ka ena, and then I jokingly said just once, and that's how it all happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. So even the most interesting thing, Corey, how even after that she kept coming back.
Man.
And even though the reviews tend to share high, and it was really amazing to see her It's basically easy or okay, kopa o etsetsa mose, and of course you can,
Yeah.
and yeah, you can basically, but agola retaining that over time, hore keep coming back. How did you even do that?
I think it's just through my work. I think ke mosebetsi and keeping myself humble to make sure that I have returning clients. I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so I would want you to share some of the things tse leng hore perhaps upcoming designers be leng hore they can pick from, because when you are in a business, retaining clients is one of the hardest things I can say. It's easy to get a client, not that easy of course, but it's kind of easy to get a client, but retaining hore a qetelletse a kgutla, you know. You don't do this thing once and then motho, okay, I'll go to somebody else except you, because what set you apart, okay, some of the things you can say, these are some of the things ke retain the clients that I have.
I think ke tsa mosebetsi o motle.
Right. Yeah,
I
it's
think ke
evident.
mosebetsi o makgethe, but also it's how you handle your clients, it's how you interact with them, it's how you communicate with them. E tla kgona ho etsa hore ba kgutle. Ha ke ba le client, it's, I don't just say we are in business. If ke e le client ke kgonang ho qoqa le ena, ke mo atamele, give styling tips. You know, I think most of my clients ke ntho tse ba di ratang hore, okay, you have a dress, what are you going to wear? O tlo kwala moriri o jwang, what kind of shoes? It's some of the things that you need to do as a service provider, how le a fashion designer hore ha o ke mose fela and then o bitsetse motho kwana. You just have a conversation with them. But one thing that I'm gonna tell young fashion designers, you don't, you do your job. The clients you don't fight for clients, right? Yes.
That is quite interesting. Ibile or you even give them tips. Basically, it's to go an extra mile, and basically I can even relate to that a lot. Hore, that's what even gives you value. Even I set you apart, because most of the time, I had client ifihla. Of course, if or fashion designer can take the trust, and then that's it. Yeah, but I'll go in that extra mile. I think ke one of the most interesting things. Even like ke relate a le because when I basically do my work, ke hlokometse hore ha ntse ke qala, perhaps let's say o batla logo, you know, you need just a logo design. I can give you that, but also how you are going to use that logo is quite even important, more than the logo. Prepare like more than 50 pages. It's basically detailing the work. Okay, logo and the colors and everything. Yeah, that goes into that. I think some of the things people we overlook, and then at the end of the day I'm not being able to, like, clients had and stuff like that. I think things that are overlooked somehow, yeah, can affect the brand itself.
Because for me, it's like how it represents in a good way. You're wearing my dress and then you're wearing shoes that it can ruin the whole outfit. So I have to make sure that everything
is presentable.
Yes.
Yes. We spoke about a standard is Lesotho ka bo sona. Since e ka re se position ka tsela e tlase, and how did you because some of the people can be victims, and the mentality or driver the way they carry themselves like that affect the business ya bona kapo le what they want to do, not even re shaba ka tsela ya business, because it's like okay Lesotho sentse le se standarding, you know, and motho e mongwe keteletse aba victim or what's the use ya hore ebe ke batla standards tse hodimo mo, and yet naha ye le mo wena how did you even not be a victim of that?
Yeah, I had to fight for myself, to think differently. I think exposing yourself to different people every now and then helps. You keep the standard that you want as an individual, whether ofitla naheng e standard is watered down, or in an environment where the standard is watered down. I fought for myself to not reduce myself to standard because it's about my goal. So if my goal is to go global, I cannot keep up the standard. I have to raise my standard to make sure I match the global standard. Yes.
Okay, so with your achievements and basically the experiences so far as you carry out to your the fashion industry, what can you even say for the aspiring fashion designers inside of the country specifically?
Consistency is the key to pull through. You can start a business, but for it to survive here at home, you have to be consistent. You have to fight for your brand. Don't be in a position where you water yourself down to attract a client, because I'm talking from experience. So I used to water myself down in order to secure a client, and it didn't work for me. It worked against me. So just be yourself. And be consistent with don't copy what everybody else is doing. Just be yourself and everything will fall into place.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing and honoring the invite and sharing the wisdom, even the some of the insights people overlook, and re complain and say fashion industry is not even existing in the country, and you come across a whole and I think it's quite important for people like you has achieved and also build something very credible. It's quite important to hear your voice as you speak on it.
Thank you so much, Nete, for the invite.
Thank you.
I don't know what she is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.